Western Cape house prices are under scrutiny, and it's been under scrutiny for a long time, but now specifically because the house prices in the Western Cape, for you to be able to afford a house, is way above what the Western Cape government has set out as the starting and ending prices for entry-level housing within the Western Cape. And in this article in EWN, and you'll get a link to it in the description below the video as well as in the first comment, which will be pinned. It says the Western Cape house prices are under scrutiny with new properties below 900,000. A new study pointed to a severe shortage of affordable housing in the province. Now, most people that have houses in the Western Cape, that own houses, people that have bonds that are paying off houses, won't be able to afford those houses if they had to apply again. And obviously, their children that are going to university, where you're forking out a whole lot of money, their chances of getting into the house market is slim to none. And it's almost as if the Western Cape, and especially the city of Cape Town, is turning into an elite enclave where certain people are being worked out. And if I carry on in this article, you will see very quickly that the baseline salary for you to afford a 600,000 Rand unit is supposed to be 22,000 Rand. So that's your basic income. And then for a 900,000 Rand unit, it's 28,500. And at this stage in the Western Cape, the problem is that the bottom line units, you need to earn 28,500 Rand. And most of the entry-level single bedroom flats are at 1.2 million Rand, way over 900,000. So this is a problem with regards to the government, and they're talking about regulation here. And you know, if you want private people to be able to invest in new property development, cheaper properties, these people are capitalists. They want to make money. And within a capitalist society like the one we live in, people want to capitalize as much as they can. And they hate things like government regulation. So Cape Talks, John Maytham spoke to Tertius Simmers, the Western Cape Provincial Minister of Infrastructure. Simmers regards affordable as units between 600 and 900,000, as I mentioned earlier, which means 22,000 to 28,500. That is your income in a month to be able to afford that. He said his department has initiated 2 studies thus far to determine per municipality the level of affordability as each municipality differs. So that is the normative figure which we have seen. We have also then assessed what is, according to the banking system, the salary bandwidth to gain you access to ownership. And this is the problem. Most people cannot own anymore, and large companies and overseas corporations are buying up property in the Western Cape and in the city of Cape Town. Foreign national companies. Simmers said the national policy sets it at 22,000. So there's actually a policy that says that entry-level housing or cheap-level housing, if you earn 22,000 Rand a month, and a lot of people earn below that, you should be able to enter the housing market. And it's been like that for more than a decade, so that amount has remained the same. Whereas the City of Cape Town and the Western Cape government, through my department, have always said, look, we concur with FNB's independent study, which says no, it's actually up to about 28,500. So they want this policy adjusted. You need to up your quantum definition if you want to actually address the need for affordable housing effectively through policies and through regulations. And this is where businesses see red. They don't want regulation. They just want to be able to develop whatever land they can. And here they talk about public land. In other words, land that the government owns, which actually belongs to the citizens. Tertius noted that a one-bedroom entry-level flat is well over 1.2 million Rand. So you need to earn well into the 30s to be able to just afford to enter the market. The private sector, which has been driving up in certain instances the cost of units in certain instances. The private sector will always drive up the cost because they're trying to make money. With the units that they produce, sadly, does then tip the scales and widen the gap of affordability. Sadly. How do you change that in the current system? What role does the provincial government have to play? And this is where businesses see red. Simmers said that what is within the powers of the Western Cape government and through his department, together with the Department of Local Government, is to look at how they can ease the planning process or processes and the regulatory time frames. How is that going to drive down the cost? It'll just make cheaper housing available sooner. But in the case of the Western Cape and Cape Town, it's not as cheap as the political mandate. But also, how do we ease the regulatory space to start partnering with the private sector, which is what we've been embarking on for the last 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years, that's a lot of time in a person's life. How do we utilize state-owned land for public good? That's a very good question, and I want you to tell me in the comments, what do you think? Are you in the camp of, those with the most money survive, the rest must leave, get out of the Western Cape, get priced out of the city of Cape Town and places within the Western Cape? Or do you think the government should intervene? And, I'm not going to get involved in political debates like that. I have my own opinions on things like this, and I will rather keep that to myself. But I would like you to tell me in the comments how you feel about this situation. I know many people in the Western Cape that own property that they have the title deeds for, cannot afford them anymore just because of rates and taxes. So please tell me in the comments your thoughts on this. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to this channel if you have not yet, and do consider becoming a member to support the work we do on the ground. Till the next video.